What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool shit almost every single day. And today, on this gloomy, gross, wet, cold, miserable day, we are going to be unboxing and reviewing some cool shit. So you guys may have noticed that it's been a hot minute since my last figure unboxing or figure review, and that is not because I'm done doing them. I'm definitely not done doing them whatsoever. I'm just extremely picky about the figures that I'm going to be buying. I'm definitely not just going to be buying figures for the sake of having videos to make. I am definitely picky with this because I don't need another insanely massive collection, and this one I'm just going to be picky with. So the figure reviews definitely will not be coming to you as frequently as the other videos, but I promise we're not done doing them. And I do have a really cool figure. It's definitely the most expensive figure I've ever purchased. It is on the way to us right now. It actually got shipped and then sat forever, even though it was only coming from Michigan, but it's finally started moving again, so we should have that soon. And in the meantime, I have a figure here, and we're kind of doing something different than we've ever done on the figure reviews, and that is because this is a secondhand figure. So this one definitely isn't like new in the box. I don't even think that there's a box with it, and it has been repainted by someone on eBay, and the person that sold this to me could not remember who the artist was, so I unfortunately cannot give credit. But if any of you guys know who did it, let me know. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get on into this. And I actually do not have this figure yet. I know some of the other figures that I reviewed I've had doubles on, but not this one. I do have a figure from this movie, but I don't have this figure yet. So I ended up buying this secondhand from a patron of mine, Mr. Dylan Parker, who you guys have probably heard or seen on this channel if you're a regular viewer. We've gotten quite a few things from him, so I actually saw him throw a couple masks up for sale, and they were kind of in this lot, and right off to the left side there was this figure, and I couldn't tell if it was in the lot or not, so I hit him up and asked him if it was for sale as well, and he said yes. But he was also waiting on someone that had contacted him right before I did about the figure, so I had to kind of play a waiting game for a couple hours, but the guy never responded, and Dylan just wanted to sell it, so we got it here now, as well as the little pieces that come with it. So take those out of the box, and then slowly but surely we will show this thing off. So first up, we've got the base here, and nice and wrapped up and protected. Just a nice earthy base. I'm sure that you guys can probably tell what season it is from that base, so there's that. And I'm actually happy that I was able to get this secondhand because I don't have to worry about unboxing one for the sake of the video. Like, this one's already unboxed, and I can just throw it on display, and it's a nice little, like, atmospheric visual display. I can't quite think of the word that I'm thinking of for this style of display, but if I figure it out, I'll put it right here.
A three-dimensional display of a scenery, often having a painted background in front of which models are arranged, e.g., in a museum where stuffed animals are presented against a painted landscape.
Alright, next up, we've got a headstone. It should be even more apparent to you now what we're doing, so we'll set that on the base there. We've also got a little teeny tiny butcher knife, as you can see. And now for the main piece of the display, the figure itself. Pictures of this look awesome, so I'm curious to see how it looks IRL. Oh yeah, looks super good. Definitely looks better in person than it did in the pictures, and the pictures themselves sold me on the piece, so hell yeah, this thing looks fucking rad. Obviously, it is a Rob Zombie's 2007 Halloween remake Myers. And like I said, this one has been repainted by an artist on eBay. Unfortunately, Dylan could not remember who the artist was, so I can't give credit, but credit to the artist, so hell yeah, there we go. Now, while I am not a super Rob Zombie Halloween fanatic, I will say that there is one thing that Rob Zombie did right, and that was making Michael Myers scary again. He finally looked cool. He didn't look like a dingus or a goober or a butthead. He didn't even look like he had small pee-pee. Adult Myers in this film was definitely rad and one of the best looks in a very long time. It was just intimidating, and although I am not a fan of behemoth Myers, just massive worldwide wrestling-sized human beings portraying Myers, I definitely do like the fact that Michael Myers, for the most part, was a pretty average-sized guy, just a normal-sized dude that had this ungodly strength. I don't really mind the size factor with Rob Zombies. I feel like with the style that Rob Zombie has and the story that he was telling with his his remake. I feel like it fits, so I really don't mind Mega Myers in those films. But that's pretty much it. I was very happy to see Michael Myers start going back down to a normal-sized human being with James Jude Courtney in Halloween 2018. But I did just want to put it out there and say that while I am not a fan of the Rob Zombie remakes themselves, I do not mind Gargantuan Myers in those films, and I honestly think that the look itself looks cool. I think the mask looks good, his size looks cool, and it just all kind of works, and that is one thing that I think Rob Zombie got right with his film. But with that being said, I am very glad that we got James Jude Courtney in the Halloween 2018 movie, and that they have started making Michael Myers a normal person again. So yeah, I guess that's not much of a figure review, but the figure itself looks fucking awesome. I think maybe it's a little too dark in the face in some areas, just kind of too contrasted in comparison to the actual mask, but honestly I think with just another whitewash maybe over that, everything would go back to normal and it would look even better. But I'm definitely not unhappy with it. I think it looks pretty fucking rad. So I'm not sure how well you guys can tell, but literally every piece of this has been repainted. The headstone itself has been repainted. Obviously all of Michael Myers has been repainted, and I'm pretty certain that looking at catalog photos as compared to this base, that the base itself has been repainted, but I could be wrong about that one, but I know that for sure these two items have been repainted, and every little detail has been gone over. His hands, the knife, the headstone, his mask, all of it. And just a little bit of information on the figure itself in its stock form. This is a NECA 2007 Halloween Michael Myers. It's the Rob Zombie remake, obviously, as we've talked about. And for a stock version of one of these in the box, you're probably looking around $100. Maybe you can find one a little less than that if you get your bids in and no one else bids on it. I actually got this one for $60, which I think is a pretty good deal, especially since it has been repainted. But I would like to get one new in the box and just keep it in the box because, as you guys probably know, I like to have doubles of everything. One for display and one to put in the box. That really is just how it be. But yeah, this wasn't meant to be like a crazy big figure review straight out of the box. Obviously, it's not really an unboxing because it's not in the original box and everything's been unpainted. It's just something to tide you guys over on the figure reviews until we start getting the figures that I'm actually looking forward to. Not that I'm not looking forward to this one, it's just slightly different than how we normally do it. So, huge shout out to Dylan for sending that thing in. I definitely appreciate it, man. Thank you for selling me that, especially at such a good price. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to stick it on display. But other than that, I think that's just about it for this video, so I hope that you guys have enjoyed watching. Thank you very much for being here. As always, I'm going to leave you guys with some nice up-close shots of this thing, let you see all of the little details, and that will be that. So, say no to drugs and alcohol, and until next time, we will see you later.
Don't wanna ask for. Catch me fucking poppin' wheelies, driving like the NASCAR. mask on, mask on, mask off, mask off. You might see him off in traffic, he be moving around. I hate AJ Good, tagged it all around town. I hate AJ Good, I hate AJ Good, I hate AJ Good, I hate AJ Good. You might see him off in traffic, he be moving around. I hate AJ Good, tagged it